Regional Championship. The game of the week is brought to you in part by First National Bank Elkhart, where second place is never good enough. We go for the gold. And by Monteith Tire, the people who keep you moving. And by Schreiner & Sons Plumbing and Heating of Elkhart. Now from Northside Gym, here are Jim Skorkin and Cliff Murray.
And hello again, everyone. We bid you welcome once again from Elkhart's Northside Gym, the championship game of the 1984 Elkhart High School Basketball Regional. Jim Skorkin along with Cliff Murray, and we should have a good ball game. We've got the two teams that met for the championship game of the regional a year ago. Of course, Plymouth is the two-time defending champion. Warsaw comes in here with the ranking of number 7 in the state and a little bit better edge as far as the won-loss column is concerned. Cliff, let me ask you, first of all, we talked about this a little while ago, exactly how are these teams going to match up?
Well, of course, record-wise, Warsaw has a little bit better record on paper, but they've both been winning down the close of the season here with almost 11-game winning streaks for both of them. I think that they're pretty evenly matched, although in certain departments, one is tougher than the other, in my estimation anyway. I think that Warsaw carries an advantage on the front line, definitely, with its scoring punch on the front line and also with the board that they have, the size, and I think they're a little more rugged than Plymouth is on the front line. But in the backcourt, I think Plymouth probably has a bit of an advantage there with their backcourt boys. So I think that's right there, maybe those two kind of balance off. All in all, I think that Warsaw has an advantage with the bench. I believe they're a little stronger. When Lehman was out there, he got Coach Rhodes got to play more boys, and I think that was an advantage for them. But then again, I think that as always, Plymouth plays very, very good defense. And they're playing, they call it, some of them call it helping hand defense, some of them call it a man and a half. That Bobby Knight defense where you're responsible for more than just your man, you're helping your buddy on either side of you. So they play that real well. So defense-wise, I think probably Plymouth might be a little bit tougher. So they kind of balance off maybe. We've got to get a good ball game here tonight.
You know, all during the year, I suppose anytime we do a pregame show, we could always talk about the intangibles or the tangibles, such as the crowd, how much the officiating is going to play a part into a game, the atmosphere, the importance of a game and everything. When you come down to the championship game of a regional, how important are those things? The presence of the crowd and how vocal they are, whether or not the officials will let them play the game or whether they're going to keep close tabs on them. How much does all that play a part in a game with such importance like this?
Well, I don't think some of it plays a part as much as during a regular season, some doesn't. I don't believe the crowd plays as big a part because I think both teams are going to have just about as many people for them as the other side. But as far as the officials are concerned, I think that could definitely play a factor. I don't know who we have tonight, but I think that officiating could be a factor because I don't think that Plymouth has the bench. And if they get in foul trouble with their first 5, and if they're calling them close or something, why, it could be a problem for Plymouth. So officiating, and then again, whichever team can adjust to what the officials are doing is a factor too. But of course, the coaches try to get the boys working on that all year long. So those things are a factor, except I don't believe the crowd will be as much this year.
We had a couple of top-notch coaches here too, in Al Rhodes and Jack Edison, highly regarded by their peers, both in public conversation and private.
Well, there's no question about that. Of course, Jack, I've known him a long time. I haven't known Coach Rhodes as long, but they've both been down to the finals, and Jack has won it. So that speaks for itself, but they're fine gentlemen, both of them, and they do a great job coaching.
So we should have a good matchup. The same two teams from a year ago, Warsaw and Plymouth. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening tip-off in just a minute. From Northside Gym, stay with us. Welcome back from Northside Gym, championship game of the 1984 Elkhart Regional, featuring Plymouth and Warsaw. First, a couple of notes on these teams. Plymouth has won 5 regional titles, Warsaw 6. Plymouth, of course, the winner out of their own sectional. They defeated Glenn in the title game 65-50 for their 3rd straight sectional crown. Warsaw, of course, advancing out of the Triton sectional, beating Triton in the final game 82-57. Between these two teams, they have won 8 regional titles in the last 14 years. Plymouth has won 5 of them. Warsaw 3. And earlier this year, Warsaw beat Plymouth 58-55 at Warsaw High School. All right, here are the starting lineups for tonight's game. First of all, for the Plymouth Pilgrims, now 16-8 on the year. Head coach Jack Edison. At forwards will be number 34, Matt Starr, a 6'4 senior. And number 30, Scott Holland, a 6'2 senior. The center, number 50, Jamie Johnson, a 6'5 senior. And the guards will be number 32, Tony Plotho, a 5'11 junior. And number 12, Greg Gerard, a 5'10 senior. For the Warsaw Tigers of Al Rhodes, now with a record of 21-2, the forwards will be Jeff Gross, number 43, a 6'2 junior, and Rob Randalls, a 6'4 senior. He wears number 33. The center, Marty Lehman, 6'7 senior, and the guards will be number 13, Scott Long, a 6' senior, and number 25, Steve Holler, a 6'1 junior. Those are the starting 10, and here's Cliff Murray now with some averages on these players.
Okay, Jim, let's just stick with Warsaw since you finished with them. At guard, Scott Long has scored at a 4.4 clip during the regular season. He scored 2 points last night in Warsaw's game with Penn. The other guard is Steve Holler, whose season average is 4.1, and he got 2 points last night against Penn. At one of the forwards is Bob Randalls. He carries a 14.3 season average. However, he's been scoring about 18 points a game the last 12 games. He got 21 last night. Very good effort last night. Jeff Gross at the other forward, carrying about a 21.1 average, and he got 23 last night. Also a very fine ball game for him. And at center, of course, is Marty Lehman, the 6'7 center, who's scoring at a 19.4 average, and he got 17 last night. So they got a nice job out of their front line in that ball game last night against Penn. Okay, let's look at Plymouth. At the guards, one guard is Greg Gerard, 9.0 average for the season. He got 12 in that ball game last night against East Noble. And at the other guard is Tony Plotho, who scored at a 12.8 average during the season, and he got 6 last night, a little bit below his average. At the forwards, Scott Holland, 6.4 average for the season and 14 last night. Nice job for him last night, above his average. And at the other forward is Matt Starr, 10.3 for the season and 7 points last night. And at center is Jamie Johnson, the only man left from the team that won the state a couple of years ago. He has a 15.3 average for the season, and he got 10 in the ball game last night. He's been a little bit hobbled by a bad ankle, which occurred in the sectional. So that's the story on the averages. Jim, I'll turn it back to you.
Plymouth, to get to this championship game, defeated East Noble 54-34. That represented the lowest scoring game in Elkhart Regional history. Warsaw defeated Penn 69-53 in the championship game. So it'll be Warsaw against Plymouth. To start the game for Plymouth, it'll be Starr, Holland at the forwards, Jamie Johnson, the center, and the guards, Tony Plotho, Greg Gerard for Warsaw, Jeff Gross and Rob Randalls, the forwards, Marty Lehman, the center, Long and Holler are the guards. And jumping will be Jamie Johnson for the Plymouth Pilgrims of Jack Edison, and for the Warsaw Tigers, Marty Lehman for the Tigers of Al Rhodes. Lehman 6'7", Johnson 6'5". They're set, we're set.
Got a spread formation on this jump ball here.
Ball is controlled by Warsaw. Steve Holler comes down with it in the corner. Gross back out front. They'll work it around. Scott Long. Rob Randall shot.
Blocked by Jamie Johnson.
Matt Starr down with it. Shot up and no good by Gerard. Put back up and in through Jamie Johnson's hands.
Good rebound position for Johnson. Both ends he's in good position.
Block shot, they took it down and converted. Plymouth did, and they lead 2-0 here early going. Underneath, Gross, up, rolls around, in.
Very nice pass work on Warsaw's part. They're going to a full court zone press here to start with.
Greg Gerard and Tony Plotho will work it in the backcourt. Plotho up over the timeline, working around to the right side. In the corner, it goes back to Gerard. He'll take the shot. Bounces no good. Gross down with the rebound. He'll give it off to Steve Holler, and we'll head back this way. Warsaw in the black uniforms, trimmed out in orange and white. Lehman underneath. Foul will be against Matt Starr.
Looks like it. He's kind of dumbfounded because he was just standing there. I feel for him on that call.
His first, the team's first.
A nice pass to Lehman, rolling down towards the bucket. He got it, turned around, put it up.
Marty Lehman, shot is good. 5-2 Warsaw now. 6:44 left to go in the opening period here from Northside Gym. Gerard back over to Jamie Johnson in the lane. Whistle and a foul. I think it's on Jeff Gross.
I didn't see who.
Yeah.
That's right. A little surprising there. They had Jamie Johnson work in the middle, bringing the ball up against that press. That they must have a lot of confidence in his passing.
Plymouth out of bounds. Scott Holland triggers it in. Comes into Jamie Johnson. In the corner, Holland. Shot good.
Can't leave Plymouth open. Gerard and Holland and Clotho all are good shooters from about 15 to 18 feet.
5-4 Warsaw, 6:18 left to go in the opening period. Gross in the corner. Hawked out there by Scott Holland. Boy, he's right on top of him. Here's a steal. Greg Gerard came up with the pass that was intended.
They had him trapped down there, and then Gerard moved in and intercepted the pass. Nice job.
Scott Holland back out front. Gerard over to the other side. Clotho, shot no good. Off the rebounds by Lehman. 6'7", and he can jump up there for the ball. Coming down with it, Steve Holler. Well, didn't quite work that time.
Holler drove way too deep down to the baseline there, and then he got himself in trouble. He couldn't pass the ball over Johnson's head.
Fouls on Rob Randalls. His first team foul, number 2, as Greg Gerard brings it up. Plymouth working it around now. Number 50 is Jamie Johnson. Scott Holland is 30. Matt Starr, 34. Out in front is Holland. Bounce pass over to Clotho. Back out front. Now they're working around to the other side. Shot taken by Johnson. Rolls no good. Jeff Gross, 6'2" junior, down with the rebound.
A little too far out, I think. And then also when he shoots from out there, they don't have him in there for the board.
Spins around, still has control of the ball. Now they work it into the corner to Lehman. Back out front. Bounce pass, Lehman. Puts it up, no good. Jamie Johnson, the 6'5" senior, down with the rebound.
Both teams playing a real good man-to-man defense so far.
Shot no good there by Scott Holland. 5-4 is the score. Warsaw leading by a point. 4:44 left to go in the opening period. Pilgrims 16-8 on the year. The Tigers 21-2. They ended up the regular season ranked number 7 in the Associated Press poll. Jeff Gross bumped out there by Johnson. No whistle.
Notice how the Plymouth team sags off the men away from the ball. They're way back in the center of the key there.
Marty Lehman bounces once, gives off to Long. Long will take it back out front and set it up again. Steve Holler. Ball's intercepted by Jamie Johnson. Pass intended out there for Randalls. Takes it down. It won't fall. Tip up and good. I was surprised. I think he was surprised they let him open for the layup, and he didn't get it all the way up on the board, but they were able to get it tipped in. Underneath, Gross. Yes. Nice job. Second basket of the night for Jeff Gross. It's now 7-6 Warsaw. Over the timeline, they get it to Greg Gerard. In the corner, Clotho stopped. Gave off to Matt Starr. Clotho. Gerard. Back over to Tony Clotho. He'll take the shot and it'll roll in.
Plymouth's getting some good shots this evening, and Clotho just got his first one, I think.
Yeah, that's his first basket.
Nice alley-oop down there to Lehman, and
Scott Holland.
Holland's the one that bodied him.
His first, team foul number 2.
Scott Holland is his first and the team's second.
Warsaw get it out of bounds underneath. Jeff Gross, 6'2" junior. will trigger it in. He had 23 points against Penn Friday night. Oh, looking at Rob Randalls, I guess. Everything appears to be all right. Bring it into Scott Long. Long underneath Randalls, lost in the lane again. Clotho down with it, he'll shoot it, good.
He uses that backboard well. I like to see a player using that backboard moving like that.
And he didn't grab the ball, go down, and take a dumb shot. It was a good shot.
Good shot.
Randalls. Off to Holler. Shot won't roll. Battle underneath. Long kept it from going out, but Plymouth comes up with it. Matt Starr. Over to Johnson in the lane. He'll shoot it. No. Tip no good. Tip again no good. And I think it was Johnson that got the tip.
I think you said Johnson.
Yep.
Yes, it's hard to tell.
12-7 Plymouth. Underneath, Lehman gets a basket.
They were trying to front Lehman, and so he just took a quick break to the bucket and he lobbed the ball to him.
Greg Girard in the paint to Johnson. Back out front, shot up and good by Starr.
Beautiful pass and a nice fake before he took the shot. Got his man off his feet.
And now they're taking a closer look at Rob Randalls again. May have caught an elbow in the on the lip or something.
Looks like it.
They have a cut lip. 2 minutes left to go in the first period. The score is Plymouth 14, Warsaw 9. And Randalls appears to be all right. Scott Long will direct the traffic as he comes up to midcourt. They're working out there against Greg Girard. Out of bounds off the hands of Girard.
Little pressure by Girard on the guard there and giving him trouble.
Holler triggers it in to Jeff Gross in the corner. Over they get it to Lehman. They'll put it up. It's short.
Get the rebound off.
Yeah, they got it back, and the foul, I think, is on Tony Clotho.
Yeah.
Tony Clotho is his first, team's third.
His first, team foul number 3. Steve Holler will trigger it in from right in front of the Plymouth bench. Coach Jack Edison out there.
Lehman working for position there.
Tries to take the shot, but we'll have a foul on Jamie Johnson.
Johnson thought he had his hand on the ball there. He wanted to jump, but he didn't get it.
His first, team foul number 4. 1 foul apiece against Starr, Holland, Johnson, and Clotho. As of right now, 1 each against Gross and Randalls for Warsaw. Minute 28 left to go in the first period. 14-9, Plymouth leading. And we'll be at the line with Marty Lehman. 6'7" senior. It's 1 out of 1 at the line so far. Makes it 2 out of 2. Lehman had 17 points and 15 rebounds against Penn Friday night. He's averaging about 19 points a game, 390 so far this season.
He's a good free throw shooter.
Yeah, that's for sure. Makes it 3 out of 3. It's now 14-11. Warsaw within 3 now. And putting some pressure on Plymouth as they work it in underneath to Johnson. Shot no good. They'll tip it. He'll get it back. Put it. It won't roll. Warsaw comes down with it as Lehman uses a 6'7" advantage.
Johnson was more worried about whether somebody was going to hit him than he was at where he was putting the ball on the backboard, and he missed that triple.
Inside, they get it to Lehman. He puts it up off the iron, no good. And we'll have a foul against Scott Long.
He was trying to get that rebound away from Matt Starr, and he's not quite tall enough to get that job done.
Starr at 6'4", Scott Long 6 foot even. 58 seconds now left in the first period, 14-11. Plymouth leading by 3.
Warsaw's gone kind of to a man-to-man pressure here.
Girard dishes off. I think it went off the foot last, though, of... well, it went off the foot last of a Warsaw player.
That's right.
31, I think. Joe Sands, 6'1" junior, into the ball game for Warsaw. Scott Holland triggers it in. Tony Plotho back out front to Gerard. Works to the right side, stops. Johnson back to Gerard.
Warsaw's defense is pretty steady right now. They're keeping them on the outside.
In the lane, Starr shoots. Can't get it to roll the right way. Still in the air. And Jeff Gross comes down with it.
Nice break into the middle, a nice pass. He faked his man, got him out of position, and then he put the ball up too hard on the backboard.
8 seconds left in the first period. Here's Gross. He'll fake, put it up, and we'll have a foul on Scott Holland. That's his second team foul, number 5, here in the first half. And it comes with 4 seconds left to go in the first period. 14-11. Plymouth still leading by 3. Be at the line with number 43, Jeff Gross, 23 points against Penn in the first round of the regionals.
He got those with a kind of a bad start in the first part of the game, too.
A little bit too strong, won't fall. Second shot coming up. Eyes it, skies it, yes. 14-12. 3, 2.
Shot.
And that's the end of the first period. The score, Plymouth 14, Warsaw 12. We'll be back in just a minute.
Basketball game of the week. Today's game is the Elkhart Regional Championship. This game is brought to you in part by Midwest Commerce Banking Company, a new generation of financial service, and by G.L. Perry Discount Variety Stores, #1 in quality, selection, and price.
We're just about all set for the second period. 14-12, Plymouth leading by 2 points. Lehman and Johnson. Ball tip is taken away by Warsaw. Lehman goes all the way down and jams it home.
Very strange situation there.
Yeah, it sure was.
Everybody was just standing around, and he took it and went. Warsaw's going to zone, I believe.
14-14 tie now. In the corner, Matt Starr. He'll drive, stop, in the lane, Johnson. And
There was a foul on Lehman there, I believe.
yeah, I think so.
Foul on Marty Lehman is his first and the team's fourth.
Marty Lehman, his first team foul, number 4 here in the first half. Holland will trigger it in. Lob passer almost taken away from Gerard. He'll take the shot. It'll be long. It'll bounce. And we'll have a foul now on Scott Holland.
Yep,
That is the third on him.
Over his back, and that's going to hurt Plymouth. I think that the bench just doesn't have the strength that it needs. We'll see here. Anyway, here comes number 20, and that's
Dave England,
yeah.
5'10 senior, and will be at the line with Jeff Gross.
Lose a little height there, don't they? I think Holland's about 6'2", isn't he?
Holland is 6'2", right. England 5'10.
They're hurting size-wise anyway.
Gross gets the first 2. Warsaw leading by 1 right now, 15-14. As Gross misses the second one. Tony Plotho comes up and yells something to Greg Gerard as they bring it up over the timeline. Dave England over to the other side. Tony Plotho in the lane, but we'll have a whistle and a foul on Rob Randalls. That'll be his second team foul, number 5.
Plymouth trying to move the ball into Starr, breaking into the middle, and Randalls was a little over-aggressive on that.
Matt Starr, 6'4 senior at the line, 7 points against East Noble Friday night, carrying an average of about 10.3 per game. 4 points tonight, make it 5. First time at the line for Matt Starr. .7:13 left to go in the first half. 15-15 tie. And Starr breaks it. It's now 16-15 Plymouth.
Now Plymouth's going to a full court press.
Inside underneath, Lehman. He'll put it up. Won't get the roll, though. Tony Plotho, 5'11" junior, comes up with the ball, gives it ahead to Greg Gerard. In the lane, they get it to Johnson. Turn around, off the iron, won't go. Battle for it underneath. Controlled by Steve Holler. Up to Jeff Gross.
Plymouth still in their man-to-man.
Winner of this game goes on to meet the winner of the Fort Wayne Regional in the Fort Wayne Semi-State next week, second game. Shot by Lehman. Yes.
He came outside to get that one. They've been trying to front, he and Randall's. And so he pulled out to the outside and got a nice shot off. 11
points for Lehman. His average is about 19 and a half. Shot up and good by Matt Starr.
That was, well, I don't know. That was kind of a strange shot, but it went in.
18-17, Plymouth still controlling by 1 point. 6:03 left to go in the first half.
Watch that battle underneath, and they're going to call a foul on England. He was all over Gross, trying to keep in front of him, you know, trying to front him.
His first team foul, number 7, will be at the line with Jeff Gross. He is 2 out of 4 at the line, total of 6 points so far. Gets it to roll, 3 out of 5. Jeff Gross, 6'2" junior.
He's been shooting him a little short. He caught the front on one before and it missed. This one he just stayed in.
And found the range on that one. 4 out of 6. 19-18, Warsaw now up by a point. 5:53 left to go in the first half.
1-2-2 zone. Now they spread out now. Trying to make them look like that, I guess.
Dave England drive stops back out to Gerard. England. Stop again, go inside, Matt Starr, feed underneath to Tony Plotho. Warsaw down with it. Nice behind the back pass by Steve Holler trying to get it over to Lehman, but they couldn't control it.
Called traveling on him. Down there at the other end, Plotho got a nice bounce pass along the baseline, but he had himself too far underneath, and he was too short to be able to get around and get the ball up there without it being blocked.
Yep. Greg Gerard to the right side. In the lane to Dave England. Put it up. Ball's batted away by Rob Randalls.
Another case of a man with a good pass, and he had it right underneath, but he couldn't come up right away. And by the time he did come up, someone was there to block it. It's pretty tough for 5'10" to get a shot off under the basket and get 6'7".
Yep. Well, unless you got a stepladder.
Yeah.
England,
cut.
Underneath.
Oh,
yeah, it was nice. Tony Plotho.
Those are beautiful to see.
Yep, 20-19, Plymouth leading by a point. Warsaw coming down with it. Jeff Gross working out there against England. He'll stop, take the shot. Well, he got it because he was way on top of everybody else. He went way up before he let that ball go. 21-20, Warsaw back on top by a point now. Here's England. Shot will be short. Rebound back down to Jeff Gross. England could have had that if he would have stayed right where he was when he took the shot.
Gross has been doing a good job on the board, for a defensive board for Warsaw.
Ball's batted away by Jamie Johnson in midair. He'll take it down in the paint, put it up, won't go, gets the rebound, fakes once, puts it up, gets it. Second effort by Jamie Johnson got him 2 points.
That's perseverance pays off.
22-21, Plymouth by a point. 3:51 left to go in the opening half. Inside, here's Randall. Shot, basket will not count. The foul is going to be on Jamie Johnson before the shot. Second on Johnson, team foul number 8.
Plymouth that was pretty close. Not fortunate that he got the foul, but that they didn't count the basket.
22-21. Plymouth leading by a point. 3:46 left in the first half. Randall's at the line, converts.
He made a lot of free throws last night, I remember. I can't remember exactly how many, but good portion of his points.
Second shot is good.
Warsaw pops on top for the second time, I think.
9 out of 9 at the free throw line against Penn was Rob Randall's.
I knew it was pretty good.
Can't get much better than that. 23-22 Warsaw. Whistle underneath, and it'll be on Rob Randall's, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. He was trailing Jamie Johnson there, and it was a nice pass to Jamie on the baseline. And he bumped him from behind.
And he'll sit down for a while because that's his third foul. Joe Sands, a 6'1 junior, number 31 coming into the ball game. And I think, yeah, Al Rhodes wants a timeout right here. So, with 3:28 left to go in the first half, the score is Warsaw 23, Plymouth 22. We'll be back in just a minute. Teams, by the way, met in the final game of the 1973 regional title, won by Plymouth 53-52 in overtime. We are at the line with Jamie Johnson. 6 points on the night. First time at the line. It's short. Hits the iron and comes down off the front. Underneath, though, is Dave England. Ball is batted away by Marty Lehman. Put up and good, though.
Johnson, he was very alert.
Jamie Johnson, 8 points now for Jamie Johnson. 24-23, Plymouth by a point. They maintain the lead. Underneath, Holler, that will have a jump ball. Steve Holler, 6'1 junior against Jamie Johnson, a 6'5 senior. Controlled by Plymouth as Plotho really tipped the ball ahead in a hurry.
Gerard took it down there and put it in a hurry.
Yeah, Greg Gerard, his first basket. 26-23, Plymouth by 3 now. Jeff Gross underneath, Lehman off the backboard, gets it to roll.
Well, he had 2 men around him, but he still got it off.
Marty Lehman headed for Ohio University. 13 points on the night so far. Greg Gerard over to Dave England. He'll shoot it up. No good. Ball picked off here by Joe Sands, and we're coming back down this way.
Well, England's had an opportunity about 3 times since he's come in as a reserve. He just hasn't been able to connect.
Shot no good by Steve Holler. England comes down with it.
That's right. He did get on the boards there and get that one.
Yep. Oh, stop. He'll work it around. Underneath, inside to Starr. He decides against the shot. Back out to Plotho.
He got it down pretty low, pretty well.
Underneath, Johnson, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Warsaw.
That pass to Johnson under there was a pretty good one, although I think it caught the edge of the board, and he fumbled it temporarily. When he went to go up, it was blocked out of bounds.
Starr will trigger it in to Greg Gerard. Inside, they get it to Starr, turns around, shoots, goes.
Again, that was a deflected pass, I believe, and went to Starr, and he was alert and put it up there.
10 points for Matt Starr now. 28-25, Plymouth by 3, minute 24 left to go in the first half. Gross underneath. They try to get it into Joe Sands. And it'll be out of bounds to Plymouth. Gerard brings it up over the timeline. Steal in the lane by Lehman.
Gross was alert.
Rather Gross, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Gross was alert to that back door.
Well, but Steve Holler wasn't in the corner. He broke as the pass was coming to him, and it goes out of bounds.
I think they're saying it was deflected. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Lucky for Warsaw.
Now they get it into Lehman. Some contact underneath, and the foul will be against Greg Gerard.
Yeah, little Gerard. He was back in the backside of this defense. They passed it along to Lehman, and he was stuck trying to guard Lehman. Hey, that was no contest.
His first, team foul number 9. 57 seconds left to go in the first half. 28-25 Plymouth. Lehman at the line, converts. 4 out of 4. Second shot coming up here. This one is long. 4 out of 5 at the line, 14 points for Marty Lehman. Warsaw now back within 2, 28-26. 46 seconds left.
Yeah, Plymouth's going to wait for one here, I think, maybe.
Back out to Gerard.
One or a layup.
Almost lost it, but...
Looked like it went off his knee.
Yeah, it sure did.
They usually call that.
He was facing just away from the officials enough that they couldn't see it go off his knee. Almost lost it again. Gets it back. Scott Long out there keeping tabs on him. 10 seconds left. Gerard. Steal by Warsaw, 3-2. I don't think they're going to be able to get anything out of it, though. That's the end of the first half. The score is Plymouth 28, Warsaw 26. We'll be back in just a minute.
We now return to the TV 28 high school basketball game of the week. Today's game is the Elkhart Regional Championship. This game is brought to you in part by First Source Bank. For banking, see First Source first. And by the First Charter Insurance Center in Goshen, Syracuse, and Warsaw. And by United Telephone of Indiana.
Marty Lehman, 6'7" senior. Jamie Johnson, 6'5" senior. Will be jumping. Johnson, of course, of Plymouth. Lehman of the Warsaw Tigers. 28-26, Plymouth leading by 2. As we get set for the third period. Tip up in the air, controlled by Warsaw. They will be moving away from the camera here in the second half. Scott Long, guarded out there by Gerard. Underneath, shot up and good by Rob Randall.
Somebody lost Randall. He was standing there calling for the ball, and nobody was anywhere near him.
And that's his first basket of the night. He's averaging about 21 points a game. Steps on the part of Gerard. Warsaw will get it out of bounds here. We're tied at 28 as the third period is just underway. Scott Long working against Gerard again. Bounce pass underneath. Randall's again.
2 in a row. They're playing behind him. I don't know why Starr isn't up beside him on that, but we'll have to see what adjustment they make to that.
Tony Plotho guarded out there by Jeff Gross. Now back over to this side. Jamie Johnson will dish off. Shot by Scott Holland falls.
Johnson was open. He could have put it up, but I think he felt that Holland would have a little better shot. And put it right down to him.
Scott Long, Jeff Gross. Guarded out there by Holland. Underneath, Randall's.
Offensive foul on Randall.
And that is his 4th.
That could be a factor.
Coming into the ball game will be Joe Sands, 6'1" junior again.
Joe Sands replaces Randall.
As Randall sits down. Matt Starr will trigger it in.
Good full court pressure again by Warsaw.
loses it at midcourt.
And Gross, I believe Holland got number 4. Can you believe that? No.
They're calling it on Girard.
I thought they called it on 30.
That's his second, team foul number 1 here in the second half. We're tied at 30, 6:33 left to go in the third period. Scott Long working against Girard. Inside, Lehman will dish off as he tried to get it, I believe, to Joe Sands.
Yeah, he thought Sands would have a better shot than he did. Sands backed off. The ball, luckily, hit a Plymouth man, went out of bounds.
Gross won't fall, battle underneath, but will have a foul against Matt Starr. That's his second, team foul number 2 here in the second half.
That was terrific. Gross went driving in there, took that running layup shot and missed it and came back and got his own rebound. Got fouled.
6:18 left in the third period. Al Rhodes on his feet trying to direct his players around. Of course, he's a former Penn High School basketball player. Gross around the horn to the right side, stopped in the lane. Holler, no good. Plymouth down with it in a hurry. Girard dishes off. Clotho gets the shot.
It's going to be a charge, though. Yep. Gross was there. He was ready.
They're going to let the basket count.
Oh, yeah.
And he's charged with his second foul. Now the officials are having to explain everything to Jack Edison and Al Rhodes. Jack Edison is smiling a little bit as he walks back and sits back down. Scott Long brings it up. Over to Jeff Gross. Drives, puts it up, rolls in and out, no good. Underneath, and
going to give it to Warsaw.
They're going to give it to Warsaw. Jeff Gross holds up the signal for the play, and it comes to Lehman. Back to Gross in the corner. Al Rhodes is off his feet and yelling, and they get the call.
On Johnson. They were pushing against one another. Lehman was backing up, and Johnson was not going to give any ground.
That's the third against Johnson. Gross hands it.
He gets hot. It's going to be tough.
Clotho hands it.
He's a good little shooter. And they left him open.
34-32, Plymouth by 2. Scott Long. Lehman. Ball's batted. Kept in bounds. Shot up by Sands, no good.
Whistle.
And it'll be against Plymouth.
I think Johnson, and that'll be 4.
Yeah, Jamie Johnson, his 4th. Johnson has 4 fouls. Holland has 3. Rob Randall sitting on the bench with 4 fouls for Warsaw. And there's a timeout called by Plymouth.
Right.
So with 5:05 left to go in the third period, the score is Plymouth 34, Warsaw 32. We'll be back in just a minute.
A little on his free throw shooting here.
Dave England back out front to Girard. Back to England. Lost in the lane off the foot of Steve Holler.
They're trying to backdoor there, and Holler broke it up with his foot.
Holland will throw it in. Starr bounces once. Goes around Lehman and gets the shot.
He got the pass in there, and everybody started moving. Pretty soon he saw he was wide open. Nobody was on him. Then he started to move, and Lehman came in, but he got around Lehman.
36-32, Plymouth by 4 now. Lehman. Double and sometimes triple team out there, looks like. Hey, the foul's on Dave England, his second, team foul number 6. At the line with number 31, Joe Sands, 6'1" junior. Averaging about 4 points a game in a reserve role. Gets it to fall. 36-33. Warsaw trailing by 3, and Sands with his second shot here can cut it to 2. And he does. Good matchup here between these two teams.
Sands has put the pressure on Holland over there and almost caused him to lose it out of bounds.
Knocked it out. Holland will throw it in for Plymouth. To Gerard it comes. He'll stop. Needs to give off to somebody. Finally does to Starr. He'll bounce twice. Pass in the corner to Holland. Shot is long. And Steve Holler is right there to pull it down on the other side. Works it into the corner. Working against Starr. In the lane. They get it to Sands and he puts it up and gets the basket.
Lehman got the first pass, and Lehman turned and put it down to Sands across from the bucket. He got fouled, put it in. Who was that on?
I think it was on England, Dave England. That's his third.
Well, they got 3 up there for him, so it must have been.
And we're at the line with Joe Sands.
Sands has come in here and really contributed when they needed it. Look at that.
Just couldn't get it to fall. 36-36 tie. 3:47 left to go in the third period. Craig Wolfington into the ball game for Plymouth, number 14, 5'11" sophomore. Getting some good experience here in the championship game of a regional.
Plymouth spreading their offense a little bit here. And they just
they lost
it away.
Lehman. That's it. Well, you know when he gets 2 steps in front of you on that fast break, he's going to stuff it.
Yeah. I thought for a minute he might have been hanging on that rim a little long. I thought the official might call it.
And Warsaw takes the lead 38-36. 3:10 left to go in the third period.
Crowd's getting into it now.
Starr traveled.
Well, the ball was deflected on his dribble, and then they caused him to mishandle it.
2:56 left to go in the third period.
That's 2 turnovers for Plymouth here in the last 2 times down, and it's cost them.
Long. Inside Lehman. Yes! Warsaw up by 4 now.
He's tough to stop when he gets the ball that low.
Starr will drive in the lane. And the foul is going to be on Steve Holler. His first. Team foul number 2 here in the second half. We'll take a break right here, and we'll be back in just a minute from Northside Gym. Plotho. Tony Plotho, 5'11" junior, working against Lehman of all people. Matt Starr. Jamie Johnson, back to Gerard. Holland. Gerard, no.
Foul away from the ball here.
Yeah.
That must be on Sands.
Joe Sands. His first team foul, number 3. Scott Holland throws it in for the Plymouth Pilgrims.
Well, they got Johnson back in there in spite of his 4 fouls. Yeah, I guess he figures that he's got to stay in the ball game right now before it gets out of hand.
Tony Plotho, Matt Starr, number 34. In the lane, Johnson turns around, shot just on the other side.
Never brought that ball down. He got it up there, turned, and put her up. Nice shot.
10 points for Jamie Johnson. Plymouth trailing now by just 2, 40-38. Well, if Raymond can get that one to fall,
He almost caught it for alley-oop, but
then alley-oop, it didn't work. He pulled it down off the rim and got the basket anyway. Minute 23 left to go. 42-38. Warsaw leading. Foul is on Steve Holler.
Yeah, he reached in there. Trying to slap the ball away, and he ended up slapping him.
The foul was on Steve Holler, but the referee went over and said something to Jeff Gross.
See, that's only 3 on them, so they take it out.
Plotho dishes off just before he falls down. The shot will not go by Johnson.
Gonna get Holler again.
Yeah. That's 3 in a row for him.
Well, he's fortunate he didn't have any before. That one was kind of accidental.
Yeah, it's the 3rd foul on him, though. Team foul number 5 here in the second half. Minute 13 left to go in the 3rd period is where we are right now. Warsaw 42, Plymouth 38. Be at the line with Greg Gerard. His first time at the line. He has 2 points on the night, both of them coming in the first half on a single basket. Make that 3 points. 42-39. Second shot coming up here. Good.
Back down to 2.
Who says free throws down the stretch don't help? Steve Holler goes around Plotho. Goes way in the corner. Pass intended for Gross, but it's intercepted over there.
Very risky pass.
Plotho in control. Plymouth can convert here. They'll tie it.
Holler just reached in again and knocked that ball away from him off the dribble and out of bounds. Could have picked up another one there.
Tony Plotho, number 32, 5'11" junior. Underneath, shot up no good. Originally by Plotho, tip was no good.
Holler got a nice rebound there again.
30 seconds left in the 3rd period, 42-40. Warsaw up by a pair. Steve Holler underneath, over to Long. Shot is no good. Tip up in the air, no good. Sands, no good. Behind the back. Look at Steve Long. Scott Long. Scott
Long, yeah. Yep. That first shot, he just threw it back over his head, but he got the ball back and got a good chance again.
Warsaw almost stole it here. Shot no good at the buzzer. And that's it. The end of the 3rd period. The score is Warsaw 44, Plymouth 40. We'll be back in just a minute. Joe Sands had to bend over backwards to save it. He out of bounds to Warsaw, though. Ball's tipped out of bounds. Al Rhodes goes over there and says something to the official. And now he's told to sit down. The official was trying to tell him this is how you throw a ball in bounds. Jeff Gross stops out to Long. Pass over to Holler. Underneath.
Yeah.
Sands.
Sands was trying to, I thought for a minute they're going to get him on a charge, but he turned the ball over on that dribble. He didn't have any place to go, and he tried to force it. Warsaw didn't need that.
Plymouth down by 4. Scott Holland. Number 50 is Jamie Johnson. Working around to this side to Gerard. He'll take the shot. No. And Lehman is there for the rebound. Marty Lehman had 15 rebounds the other night against Penn. 6'7" senior. Sands. Shot will not go. Clotho there for the rebound. Up to Gerard. Over the timeline. This side to Scott Holland. Back to Gerard. He'll stop and take the shot. Won't go. Whistle, and the foul is going to be on Matt Starr. That's his third.
Wilson's rebound, and Starr hit him.
Matt Starr, 6'4" senior. Seniors on these teams for Plymouth: Matt Starr, Scott Holland, Jamie Johnson, Greg Gerard, Dave England, Scott Lesh. The reserve player, Roger Roberts, and Joe Hopkins. Slamma-Jamma Joe, they call him. For the Warsaw Tigers, the seniors are Rob Randalls, Marty Lehman, Scott Long, and Greg Marsh. Jeff Gross can't get it. Rebound, though, by Sands. He can't put it up.
Another one of those back-over-the-head shots are a little very strange. You don't see that very often.
I wonder if you learned that in basketball camp somewhere.
I doubt it.
44-40, 6:34 left to go in the game. Ball's tipped away, still in the air. Sands comes down with it ahead to Holler. A little resistance, and he can't get the shot to fall, but he's fouled.
Yeah, Gerard tried to get position, but he ran under him. He didn't get stopped in front of him. He couldn't.
Third foul on Greg Gerard. Steve Holler will be at the line. 2 points the other night against Penn. He's averaging about 4.1 points per game. Gets it to fall. His first time at the line. His first point of the night. He's playing with 3 fouls. Starting guard, 6'1" junior, Steve Holler.
Warsaw's defense paid off down there at that end. They got Plymouth in a trap and forced a turnover.
2 out of 2 at the line. Warsaw up by 6 points now, 46-40. Gerard. Johnson stops. Other side. Clotho. No. Johnson. Over to the other side. Clotho once again is thrown by Warsaw. As Scott Long comes down with it. Over the timeline, he'll work off the hands of Marty Lehman.
Well, that's 4 turnovers for Plymouth this half, and that hurts. That's the second one for Warsaw.
.549 left to go in the game. Gerard will turn around, take the shot. It's no good. Down with it is Jeff Gross.
Well, they've had 2 chances here to cut that down to 4 points, and they couldn't convert.
The Warsaw fans thought Jeff Gross was fouled there. No whistle, though. Stolen in the lane by Johnson. Down, Gerard. He'll stop. Give off to Johnson again. He'll take the shot and can it.
He was almost behind the backboard. He had very little margin for error there, but he put it in.
Plymouth back within 4 now. 46-42. 5:10 left to go in the ball game. Out in front is Scott Long. Underneath, inside, no basket.
Fouled before the shot.
Yep. Floyd Adele Rose signaled that he wanted the basket to count. Fourth on Scott Holland. Team foul number 9. Marty Lehman will be at the line.
Incredibly, he got that shot in. they didn't count it.
Yeah. Off balance, not the best shot in the world, but he got it to fall.
Warsaw also had a couple chances here to extend that lead, and they came down and made passing errors and turned the ball over.
46-42 is the score. Warsaw up by 4. Make it 5 as Marty Lehman connects. He's 5 out of 7 at the free throw line. 21 points. His average is 19.4. Second shot gets to fall.
I'm really surprised that Coach Rhodes hasn't put Randalls back in there, but he probably knows why. Probably got a good reason for it.
Yep.
Maybe he needs a little more quickness in here, he thinks.
Scott Holland back out front. Jamie Johnson underneath. Clotho up. No good, but we'll have a whistle and a foul against Joe Sands.
Yep.
Number 2 on him. Team foul number 6. 48-42. 4:42 left to go in the ball game. Championship game at the 1984 Elkhart Regional. Clotho can't get it to fall.
No, he's a real good shooter, too. Good free throw shooter. Plymouth usually has real good free throw shooters, but pressure may be telling a little here.
He has 10 points. Can't get the second one to fall either. 4:40 left to go in the game. 48-42. Warsaw ahead. As Scott Long comes down, gives off to Holler. And Long loses it off.
Just going to say this could be a big play for possession for Warsaw. If they could score one there, then they turned it over.
Plymouth can come back to within 4 now. If they can convert here on this trip down. Johnson turns around, shoots, no good. Warsaw there for the rebound, but Clotho comes up with it.
I think they knocked it away from each other there.
Steve Holler was underneath there for Warsaw battling. Out in front, shot is good by Gerard.
Good
6 points.
Good pass work there, looking for the man out that was open. Everybody was down low.
Scott Long. Back out front, Holler. Back to Long, underneath. Lehman puts it up, no whistles. Battle for it now. We'll have a whistle, and it'll be against Joe Sands. That'll be his 3rd. Team foul number 7.
Joe Sands is his 3rd.
All right, we'll be at the line with Matt Starr. He is 2 out of 2 at the free throw line, a total of 10 points.
Warsaw has the 4-point lead. I really wonder about how aggressive they should be playing down at their end there on the rebound when they don't have the ball. In other words, when the other team gets the ball, whether they should be coming back and playing good, solid defense or climbing all over them like that. Now that foul cost them 2 points.
Yep. And all of a sudden, Plymouth's back to within 2 now. 48-46. 3:44 left to go in this ballgame. This one is far from over. Scott Long down, stops, back out front to Holler, back to Long. In the corner, they'll get it to Gross. And we'll have a foul away from the ball here on Scott Holland.
That may be it for him, isn't it?
Yeah, that'll be the 5th against Scott Holland.
Scott Holland has Scott's 5th foul.
Scott Holland. Oh, there's a nice display of showmanship. Walk around and shake everyone's hand before you leave the court. You played a good game.
Yeah, he's a good sport. He worked hard. He was trying to contain a man much bigger than he is, a tough ball player, state-rated ball player. And he did a nice job.
Scott Holland, 6'2", senior. Leaves the ball game with 4 points. Fouls out, 3:29 left to go. Coming back in is Dave England, a 5'10" senior. Where's number 20? Oh, we have just a quick second here. Let's thank some officials from Elkhart Central High School, the host school for the regional. Athletic director Well, we'll get it in here in just a second as Marty Lehman connects. He is now 7 out of 9 at the free throw line. And he cans that one, 8 out of 10. Ted Fulham, the athletic director, and Lynn Gerard for the fine accommodations here at Northside Gym. Dave England off to Gerard. Over to Johnson. He'll go around a couple of people and put it up, and good.
Beautiful fake. He had Sands flying through the air and then turned and put it up.
50-48, Warsaw leading by a pair now, as Scott Long works against Greg Gerard. Jeff Gross, number 43. Gross double teamed out there, but we'll have a whistle, and I think it's going to be on Matt Starr.
No, England.
No? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
I think. Yeah.
Dave England is his fourth.
That's his fourth. Team foul number 11. We'll pause right here and take a short time out. We'll be back in just a minute from Northside Gym, the championship game of the Elkhart Regional.
These are all big free throws now. Let's see, Lehman's made, what, 4 in a row here in the last minute or so.
Yep.
And now Gross has gotten one.
51-48. 52-48. Craig Wolfington going to be coming in for Plymouth in just a minute.
Trying to get it to Johnson.
Yep. Joe Sands comes up with it. But he'll turn it over.
Double dribble. Starr's trying to feed Johnson in there and couldn't get it into him.
Wolfington comes back in. Dave England sits down. He has 4 fouls. Inside to Gerard. He'll take the shot. Short. Underneath.
Lehman had the rebound pretty well and just ready to pull it down, and he was fouled, I think, by Johnson.
Yep, Jamie Johnson, that is his 5th. He'll foul out with 2:36 left to go. Jamie Johnson.
Edison doesn't appreciate this, I believe. In fact, I think they just called a technical on him.
Yep, technical against Jack Edison.
Well, he's really upset, and you can't blame him. I mean, he's losing his best ball players here.
Yeah.
And there's nothing he can do about it.
Lehman is 9 out of 11 at the line now.
He's got about 6 in a row,
Yeah.
I'm sure of that. Right down the stretch here when they need it.
That was the 2-shot foul. And now Jeff Gross will be shooting the technical.
2-shot technical now.
Yep. Boy. He's 7 out of 10 at the line. The score is 55-48. Warsaw's racking up points left and right here just at the line.
Now they get the ball back, and a chance to extend it.
Yep.
10.
10 points. They currently lead by 8, 56-48. 2:36 left to go in the game.
With Plymouth with 2 starters out and an 8-point lead here in the ball, Warsaw is in the driver's seat.
It's been a physical game. There's a lot of red lights lit up on the boards across the way. Plymouth steal underneath. Down, shot up and good by Tony Clotho. Now they're putting some pressure on. Gross comes down with it. No whistle, but we'll have a foul now coming up against Craig Wolfington. His first team foul, number 13, number 14. Close at the line.
Clotho and Gerard made a nice steal up the half line there last time. Came down and Clotho got the layup.
9 out of 12 at the line, Jeff Gross. 17 points. That's the second one as well.
Well, they got it back up to 8 again.
Yeah, 58 to 50. 2:13 left to go in the game now. Greg Gerard in the lane, on the floor. Starr gets the ball off.
Oh, that was fortunate. The ball was between everybody's legs, and they just picked it up and laid it in.
John Stricker. 58-52. Steve Holler out in front, has it. Inside, Lehman will take the shot. It's no good. Plymouth comes down with it. Tony Clotho all the way. He'll take the shot. It's good.
Good shooter's getting hot now. Down the floor again.
That's where you got to do it. It's a 4-point lead for Warsaw, 58-54, minute 22 left to go. Whistle, and the foul is going to be
Gerard, I guess.
on Gerard, yeah. 58-54, minute 23 left to go. At the line with Scott Long. Hands it.
Big free throw. Big
Yeah, it really is. That's his first conversion at the line, too. He has 3 points all here in the second half. This one will not go.
There's
but
a
it's good
tremendous
for- yeah.
rebound. Unfortunate because came way out.
Gross, Jeff Gross, Scott Long, and
Foul there. They got Gerard for using the leg. No, that's not Gerard. That's 24.
that's Stricker.
Yes.
And we're at the line with Scott Long, 6-foot senior. Shot won't go.
That's
two in a row now, yeah.
That's right. Into Plotho and
Yes.
another one. He's got the hot hand. They're getting it to him. Gerard banged him from the side.
And just checking, that's 5 on Gerard.
That scoreboard's looking, foul board's looking like a Christmas tree.
You know, I was thinking of that just a minute ago. Steve Holler is at the line. He is 2 out of 2 from the line so far tonight.
Oh, yeah. We
Now you got the wind to blow in the right direction.
It started coming out and it went back in. Oh, the Warsaw fans like that.
They're up by 4, 60-56, 55 seconds left. Second shot does practically the same thing. Clock's running, 52 seconds. In the lane, the foul is going to be on Rob Randalls. That's his fifth. We'll take a short break right here. We'll be back in just a minute from Northside Gym. Stay with us. Second shot, no good.
Lehman was up on right up the edge of the rim, pulled it down and got fouled.
Jack McCray, his first foul. McCray is 6-foot sophomore into the ball game. We're at the line with Marty Lehman. Shot is up, good. 6'7" senior, second shot, good.
Well, the free throw shooting has kept the lead for Warsaw.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Probably going to win the ball game for him.
Clotho.
Somebody's got to shoot.
McCray. Shot no good. Battle underneath, no whistle. Down to Jeff Gross.
Gross didn't see Long down there all by himself.
Shot is good. 65-57 Warsaw, 26 seconds. Shot no good by Plotho. Well, we've got a whistle against Matt Starr. That's 4 on him. Ooh. Shot by Joe Sands is no good. Steps by Plymouth. 9 seconds, 8. Clock's running, 67-57. Warsaw by 10. Basket is good, and that'll be the final score, 67-59. So for Cliff Murray, Mike Woods, I'm Jim Sporkin. We appreciate you being with us all throughout the football and basketball season. We hope to see you all again next year. And for now, that's the story from Northside Gym. Stay tuned next for USFL football. So long, everybody.